Happy Hub Day. It's a beautiful day here in Florida, I have to say. It's, I don't know what it is. I wish Miriam was. Hi, Ampex. How are you? Man, I just saw those pictures of your road trip. They were really neat. I really enjoyed those, especially that was a weeping willow, I do believe. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Stephanie. Wasn't that weeping willow? I think we had a big weeping willow in the back corner of our yard, and that was like a damp area, and they're so pretty. And that old weathered building house, that's beautiful wood, right? But yeah, it reminded me actually of Pennsylvania. That countryside a little bit reminded me of Pennsylvania. Nope, it's not a weeping willow. Okay. I guess it wasn't droopy enough when I think of the picture now. Oh, that was all Spanish moss. Oh, wow. Huh. Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm going to do a little gluing. I'm going to do a little harvesting little squares. I got this catalog the other day. It's called Chesapeake. Well, I've torn off the cover of it, but it's a food catalog and high end. And all these pictures just happen to be nice little squares. And I'm going to put those in my square book. Hi, Belinda. Yes, you got doctor's appointments today. I saw my doctor yesterday, my RA doctor, and I told him about my back. And he ordered x-rays. So I had x-rays done of my lower back, but I haven't heard anything back about my back. You're pretty close to the beach. Oh, okay. Yeah. But my back feels a whole lot better. I had developed a rash on my legs. I think I may have said something on one of the streams. The rash is completely gone. I have no idea what's going on with my body, but I slept pretty good last night. I already played bridge, as you know. Didn't do good in bridge, but that's the cards and me. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. And I got lovely bouquet of flowers from my oldest son for my birthday. I got an edible arrangement of chocolate covered strawberries from my youngest son. So that was really nice. I got a phone call from my friend Nancy. We've known each other since the first day of kindergarten. So I'm a little bit older by a couple of months. She turned 76 in June, and we had a very interesting conversation. She is my friend that lived out in Southampton out on Long Island, and she decided to move to a 55 plus community in the crux of the island. The island has a fork, and she's kind of overlooking the Long Island Sound. She's got a beautiful view of the water. It's crazy. Hi, Belinda. Expensive place to live. I mean, I don't understand. It's like $9,000 a month to live there. And she said the house is lovely. It's light and sunny. And then she said, I don't like it. I'm going, oh my God, you don't like it. Oh, Lordy. So we talked about maybe she just hadn't found her people yet. And she was surprised at how much older everybody seemed. They were not young like we are in our 70s. And I said, well, maybe you just haven't hooked up with the right people yet. And so she's trying. And I said, well, give it time. And I didn't realize she's been there 7 months. So I don't know. So then she said to me, this was the real bombshell. She said, why didn't we ever talk about me moving to Florida? Hi, Colleen. And I said, I don't know. Because when I moved down here, I moved in with my mom, and light and sunny, I don't like it. I know. And so we talked about that, and that the conversation became very interesting. And she's suggesting that I buy another house in here, but the biggest house that they possibly have. So that would be a 4-bedroom. And we would each have like our own quarters and the joint area in the middle. And of course, a 2-car garage and all of that. And it would be a great deal for her, a super deal for her. And she would bring half of, or a little bit more than half of the money for the house. But I've just contracted to do this major renovation in the back. So I'm just going to put it on hold. And, we've waited, we're going to do this. It doesn't have to be done immediately, but it's crazy thought. And I know Nancy, obviously, for 70 years, but I don't know her. I visited her on occasion and, spent time with her up in the Hamptons. But, do I really know her to live with her? And and I've basically set in my ways. And do I want to share my life? Not that I, share my, I know that sounds horrible. Do I want to share my life with any, that's not what I'm saying. But I don't want to be beholden to anybody, because I've enjoyed my independence all this time. The one who said not. Yeah. Because a lot of times I don't feel like cooking, and I am not hungry, and I don't eat. And I think that wouldn't bother her in the least. We would understand that she would, we would do our own thing, but gosh, I don't know. Hi, Devin. I hope your mom is improving. I know that's so stressful. So stressful. I started stitching again yesterday. Kathy Whitney has been my inspiration, and Deb Farrell is the one that, and I think Kathy's done this too, where you take a stamp. Oh, that's good, Devin. That's really good. You take a stamp and you stamp a piece of fabric, and then you start to stitch and fill in the stamp. And what I used was this is a foamy stamp of a generic bird. And this is a remnant of a dress shirt from work. It was a button-down Oxford shirt. So I cut a piece out. Initially, I had too small a piece. And when I first did this, I didn't separate the thread, and it just was not working. And so we found, I think Becky was there. We found, yes, I found a picture of a bird in a bird book, and I just like the colors. Just love these colors. And Messy Table, Vicky lives in Texas, and it's definitely a Texas bird if you look at the little map. And so I was looking at it. So what I did was I took a picture of it, uploaded the picture into Google Drawer, and then flipped it so it would be in the right orientation. And I blew it up, and that worked out really well, because this is now what I can work from. And you can actually see the definition of the feathers, which will end up being stitches. And there was a PM. Oh, hi, Mariah. PM Artist Studio Bird by Michelle. That might be hers, because I bought the foamy from you guys. I bought the foamy stamp from you guys. So it made it where that is yours. Oh, that is PM Artist Studio Bird. Yeah. And but I really love these colors, and so I start it all over again from the beginning. And I'm using 2 strands of thread, and I'm starting out with a corrugated red and black thread. And then I'm going to like blend in with different reds and oranges. And I'm not really concerned about keeping it real. I just the colors of this, the greens up here and the blues. So I just started that yesterday, and I think that'll be fun. So I've been inspired and helped by several people, but I'm really glad that I took a picture and reversed this. You should take. Oh, okay. I could do that. Yeah. And I might even, do some stitching on a stream. Okay, I'll tag her. Thank you. I will write myself a note right now. Tag Michelle. Let's see. Michelle Sharp, PM Studio. Okay, I will do that. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm getting excited. Tomorrow's the night. Tomorrow is the ballet. And I get to see my son wearing my bow tie that I made him. I'm looking forward to seeing a picture of how the bow tie looks on him, because as many of you know, I bought them ballet tickets for Christmas birthday. And then I decided, I saw a gentleman on YouTube make a bow tie, and I thought, I think I could do that. And again, help from several people. I managed to make a bow tie, and I used Seth Apter fabric. And it's a really cool fabric, and it'll go with any color suit or any color shirt that he wears. And so I'm really excited for seeing a picture of him in the bow tie. So I made a, where is it? I made a template, a 2x2 template. And so I can go through magazines or where there's squares. And this is the book I'm using, inspired by Nicole. And it's Twinchies. And I tell you what, this is downright addictive. It is so much fun just to work in this. So I've got a couple of pages done. And it's just, you just cut out the squares and stick them in. All of these pictures, this was literally a 2-page ad in, I think, AD, Architectural Digest. And these are all close-up pictures of things that are in Charleston. And the deck says it's all in the details. And these are all zoomed in detailed pictures of structures in Charleston. And so I cut them out, and they happen to be square. Let's see. So and I spilled some coffee on it, of course. So and I have a whole bunch of squares already cut out. But it's a lot of fun. It's one of those, you don't really have to think, you just do. It says I'm having an issue. Let's see. Can I ask how you made the template? Yeah, this is out of a cover of a pad of paper. And I just measured a 2-inch square and cut it out. And that's all. It's rodeo. It's really a good quality, especially fountain pen paper that I found that I've used for years. And I just cut up the cover and we just made a 2-inch square. And it's great because you can just go like that. And then I've got I know it's a 2-inch square, and they fit they fit each thing. My thing is, I don't know what's doing. I don't want to, okay, let me do this. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, yeah, that's all. You could use a piece of cardboard or cardstock. So I thought I would just cut out a few. I have a whole stack. Ready to go. And it's really fun laying them all out. and it makes it a lot easier. So let's cut out a few. And oh my God, the food in this catalog, again, the food photographers make everything look so good. And I must have had something from them. I don't remember what. It was probably given to me as a gift because I get their catalog quite regularly. And I couldn't live without this little guillotine. I don't know why I thought I couldn't live without it, but I couldn't live without it. Okay, good luck, Carol. I hope everything goes smoothly. So now I have a little, don't those look gorgeous? I wonder if they're Prince Edward Island mussels. They are the best. There's a Italian food chain down here called Carrabba's, and they buy all of their oysters from Prince Edward Islands up in Canada. I always think of Anne of Green Gables from Prince Edward Islands. There was a TV series that had Prince Anne of Green Gables, and then there was a more modern one, and I think it was just called, was it called Anne with an E? But it was, oh, hi, Barbie. Yeah, I love Carrabba's. Didn't I say mussels? I thought I said mussels. What did I say? I thought I said they were Prince Edward mussels. Well, they are mussels. I don't know what I said. Hi, Carla. Hi, Safia. I don't remember what I said. I thought I said mussels. Because I get them at Carrabba's occasionally, and they're always in a beautiful, like, white wine, buttery sauce. Oh. And I guess they harvest a lot of mussels in Prince Edward Island. Did anybody ever see that? I said scallops? No, I know those are not scallops. Well, I meant mussels. Thank you, Becky. Scallops, I don't even know why I would say that. But anyway, no, they're mussels. And this is oysters Rockefeller, which are raw oysters that are topped with spinach and some Parmesan cheese. But I must have gotten some food from these folks at some point, because I get a catalog from them all the time. And when I opened it yesterday and I said, oh, look at all the squares, I immediately thought of this book. So I just gone around, and hearty and heartwarming, New England soup. Everything here? No. But, and then I guess I'll have like okay, all righty. Have a lovely walk with Lucy. I got the cutest birthday card from Nancy. And typically, she never really sends a birthday card. Because we just call. But I have to show it to you because we have some kitty people in here. I've got some beautiful cards. I got a beautiful steampunk butterfly collage book from Becky, which is gorgeous. But this is the card I got from Nancy, which I thought it was hysterical. She's a cat person too. Let me see. And it says, hey, I just want to say happy birthday. And there's a little kitty. I often think about that too, because it looks like tasty snot. They actually have no flavor. It's definitely a textural thing. And I thought I would never eat raw oysters, but there's a great raw bar here called Bunky's. And you can get a T-shirt that says, "I've been shucked at Bunky's." And you order them by the dozen. And I just put Tabasco on them and slide them onto like a saltine, or just eat them, slurp them right out of the shell with the oyster juice, whatever. But they are. And then somebody had to be someone had to be really hungry. That's what I always figure. And then there's that, back in the day, they thought that tomatoes were poisonous. And would you think, why would you come to the conclusion that tomatoes are poisonous? Unless somebody ate a tomato and had an allergic reaction and said, "Oh, those are bad." This is the beautiful card I got from Barb in Eureka. Isn't that beauty? And then she had included this little hidden butterfly thing, and that's a Timmy die cut of the leaves. So that was very sweet. And I got a card from Kathy and a beautiful book from Becky. So all in all, I gotta move this. Let me see if I can't move it this way. No, it's not gonna work, is it? Is that better? I can never, ever get my camera situated. It's not really a great situation. It's not really a good setup. I guess I'm in too close. Honestly, I really try to set that up before I go on. That's it. Yeah, I knew that, and I didn't realize that the nightshade family is considered deadly. What other things are in the nightshade family? I know they were in the nightshade family, but I don't know. Hi, Kathy. Just was talking about how you have inspired me to take up slow stitching again. And I stamped a bird. It's a foamy stamp, and started filling it in. So I'm having fun with that. And it turns out the foamy stamp is from a PM artist, which is very cool. All right, I don't think I have anything else squared on this page. I'm cutting out squares to add to my Twinchy book, and just chatting and talking about various things. I've got this beautiful picture of a tomato bisque. Who has a really good tomato bisque soup, in my opinion, is Panera's. Panera's is a national chain, but they have a killer tomato bisque. Oh, eggplants and potatoes? Peppers? Oh, wow. Huh. But are there any things that are truly poisonous, though? Because obviously. You're making a book cover for the Treasure Falls. Isn't that a fun? That is so fun. I've already made 2, and now I'm tempted to make like a much smaller one. Because you can start out, what'd you do? You made yours out of, hi, Mama. You made yours out of a 12 by 12 sheet, right? And you just started at the 12 by 12 being the biggest, and then cut it down for each of the thingies, as I recall. Because all this stuff looks so good. And I don't remember what was gifted me, to be honest with you. Let's just do this. Come down like so. And I can always go back if I don't have enough. I was just picking the things that appealed to me. These are little empanadas. So there's really nothing much new here, except now I'm mulling over what Nancy's proposition is, because I was thinking, well, this is how dense I was. Yes, it's a food group. Because I said, well, you're not military, but I could call and find out, how many openings there are for non-military. And then it dawned on me, she doesn't have to be military. Only one of us has to be, and I'm not. I'm legacied in, so that's why the house would be in my name. I did look at one of the houses that was for sale, but it's under contract, unfortunately. And it was at the high end for here. I know. Look at these little pretzel nubby thingies. Especially around lunchtime. But you know what? It wasn't, none of these big, the high-end houses are on any water. And Nancy's now looking out over across the Long Island Sound. And I have, as you all know, I have my little tiny itsy bitsy pond that I adore. And I don't want to live in a house that backs on someone else's backyard or even a preserve. I want my water. So I don't know. But it's an interesting proposition, that's for damn sure. Nancy moved for all the wrong reasons, and I think that's where this is crazy. She was ill for a while and needed help, so she hired. Hi, Kathy. Sorry, I didn't get to finish the prompts. I had a doctor's appointment, so I had to leave. But I did cut out the pieces. I just have to put them together. They were very interesting prompts, as I recall. Top. And Alexis was being very, very rude yesterday. Alexis wouldn't sing me happy birthday. Very, very, very difficult, giving Kathy a very difficult time. And then it kept on saying you didn't know that or didn't understand. And you were asking her to, yeah, that was pretty funny. But you know what happened when you were getting Kathy was getting the prompts from Janet's 2021 scavenger hunt list. So she was asking Alexa, pick a number between, 1 and 100. And so then Kathy went to the scavenger hunt list, and one of them was a paper bag insert, and she's fired. Yeah. And I couldn't remember, I couldn't figure out what to do with that. So I went on my shelf and I found my 2021 scavenger hunt, and I went to see what I did. So I checked out all of those prompts against, and then looked at my scavenger hunt journal to see what I had done. So that was very helpful to have that as a reference. Let's see, we've got some. This is a zucchini lasagna. These prices went, they seem really high, but they feed like 4 people. So the zucchini lasagna is $45, but it feeds 4 people. So, hi, Nettie. And you divide that by 4, then you're looking at dinner for about $11, $12 per person. So it doesn't seem that outrageous. Oh, I got one down here. This is a salmon Wellington. And this is pretty, 4 8-ounce servings for $85. That's a little much, but I'm cutting out, I guess, officially Twinchies. How's my little friend Owen? poor Owen was attacked by the neighbor's pit bull, I think. Very traumatizing, I am sure. It sounds like he was recovering. Did the people ever, I'm curious, did the people ever have to give up the dog? Yeah, she asked him, and it was Elton John's birthday yesterday also. And then I didn't realize they've got some sort of scam going there. You can pay extra money to get extra special stuff. Oh, it was a shepherd that bit him. Okay, all right. I'm glad you corrected me, because poor pit bulls get a bad enough rap as it is. He didn't have to have shots or anything, right? Because I'm assuming the dog had all its shots, so he didn't have to have rabies shots, I'm hoping. I guess the new rabies shots are not as bad as the old ones. I guess the old ones were like a series of 14, and they had to be injected in your stomach or something horrible like that. I know. And then we decided, well, if Elton John was going to sing it, but I didn't realize it was $1.60. That's crazy. But she did finally sing Happy Birthday, I think. But she was being pretty snotty yesterday for sure. And she always, the funny thing is, wait a minute. Salmon, not the dog bite. I missed something along the line. Went to the doctor, and it was a shepherd. Sounds fishy, yes. Oops. Well, here's a beautiful piece of salmon. Cooked on a cedar plank. That's always yummy. I've done that once. You can buy the little cedar plants. I'm subscribed now to the New York Times cookbook. The shots go in where you get bit. What? Are you kidding me? $36,000? Holy crap. God, that's. So what if you don't have insurance? You die? You get rabies? Oh my God. That is crazy. So we have our lobster tails. Yummy, yummy, yummy. They have a pork shanks. I've never done a pork shank. I've done veal shanks, which is ossobuco. But that would be really, and lamb shanks. But you can get shanks that's just, on any, beef, lamb. But that looks good. I wouldn't mind trying that. All right, I don't have anything on that page. I started to get picky. Tippy threw up the first board. Oh my gosh. Oh dear. Oh, poor Tippy. Well, Lily's not, she was chowing down on that prescription medicine food, and I was very hopeful. And they said that, according to the feeding guide, she was supposed to eat 2 cans of that a day. 2 cans. The little cans, right? At $2.63 a can. And she's barely eating a whole can. So I'm going to have to call the vet. All right, so now it's time for some dessert. And I've got a carrot cake here, and I've got a cinnamon bun, and I think I can't have both. I think I'm going to go for the cinnamon bun. Oh my gosh. It's expensive, that's for sure. And I guess there is pet insurance, but the question is, you'd have to go to a vet that accepts it. And what would it cost? It's too bad you can't add like pet insurance onto your homeowners as a rider or something, I mean, I understand that, they have to make a living and they've got serious overhead because they have staff and stuff like that. Okay, all right. Yeah, that YesPace is serious stuff. I've never quite managed the knack of using YesPace. I get all gummed up. I mean, I get all sticky. Mary is a YesPace expert. She can lay on that YesPace better than anybody. Aren't these pretty? I think these are macaroons. Aren't they gorgeous? I cut them out because of the color. Oops, come on. Yeah, it's so helpful that all of these, yes, she is, Becky too. And I get just all gummed up. There's another one here, yeah. That's one of those molten cakes that ooze out chocolate. So I'm sitting in the parking lot ready to go into the medical center for my doctor's appointment, and I get a phone call from the front gate. And it was a girl, and she was so cute because she said, there's somebody here from DoorDash. Hi, Adria. And she said to me, she thinks, and I think it's a surprise. I said, well, have them deliver it. It was a surprise. It had a happy birthday helium balloon on it. It was so funny. And it was that was the edible chocolate covered strawberry birthday gift. Ah, what? Oh my God, that is awful, Carla. A coworker's dog brought in a rabid raccoon, and she wiped the blood off the dog. Oh my gosh. Holy mackerel. That is just awful. I know now that I learned that woman with a weenie is Adria in disguise. All right, I've got this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layer chocolate cake on this side, and key lime pie on that side. I'm not much of a cake eater. I really don't have a sweet tooth, but I would much rather have like pie than cake, other than carrot cake. I love carrot cake. And I love that really good cream cheese icing. Oops. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. As I made that crooked, I should keep my mouth shut. See if I can't get that little bit there. And that little bit there. Okay. Just a couple more. Becky, are you coming on at 1:30? I'm assuming Yolan's on at 3:30. Hi, Mitzi. Hi, Barbara. I showed everybody your beautiful card that you sent me. Sorry, I'm trying to get this lined up. Talked to my youngest. He had a virtual interview for a teaching position in the Denver area. After he was driving home from driving to Utah to get, not Utah, driving to Colorado to get his fingerprints for his Colorado teacher certification application. So looks like they're moving. Looks like he'll probably be teaching in the fall in the Denver area. It's moving along pretty quickly. Now look at this. These are cupcakes. Aren't they gorgeous? Cupcakes in bloom. It's just so pretty. Yeah, keep on coming in. There. Trying to get it right on the line so it'll fit that square. Okay. Cupcakes are really like the perfect little bite. Or a muffin, like Becky made those gorgeous blueberry muffins a couple of weeks ago. And look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? And that is, well, elegant flower cake. This gorgeous cake will brighten any garden party or special occasion. It features 4 layers of golden moist vanilla infused butter cake layered with cream cheese. Oh my God. Oh, cream cheese. Nothing sounds bad about that. That's for damn sure. All righty. I can't believe that March is almost gone. And these are just adorable. I think these are petit fours or something. There's no letter on it. They have a little tiny little bunny face. They're so cute. And that's it. All right. Let me clean this up real quick because I might have to go back. Oh, good idea. That's right. Cake does freeze really well, doesn't it? I always forget that. It manages very well in the freezer. Well, I made a Reuben. I was able to cut the corned beef thin enough using my little mandolin. And I managed to do it without cutting myself, which is always a plus. And it was good. It was good. So I'm going to make another one tonight. I used YouTube directly last week. Oh, Prism. You're going to stream from your phone, though. Okay. I've never heard of Prism. Is that a new format? All right. What are we doing here? We got a couple of minutes. So maybe we'll lay out a page. Okay. Thanks for being here, Carla. Let's see. I need to zoom out now. I don't know whether this is working. It wasn't working before. It's not working now. So I don't know why it's being. Oh well. I can always do this. Well, I got to stand up. One of these days, I really would love to have a really good setup. Let's see. That's better. Okay. I used to have this camera. This is on a mic stand. And it's got one of those, vice things. And I used to have it clamped on the side of my table over to the right. But I always felt I was always in my way. So now I have it clamped. Yeah, it's really cool. Now I have it clamped at the top of my scrapbook box. So now it's hanging down. Yeah, this is all, and I found this from, Nicole from Relax Cut Glue Lady. And I got it on Amazon, of course. Oh, it's made, oh my gosh, it's made in Orlando, Florida. Okay. Yeah, it's so much fun, Devin. That's why I made a little template so I can go around and. Yes, that would be fun for swatching too. Yes, it's not real thick paper. I bought one of those swatching books, which is really neat. So let's lay out some food and see what it's going to look like. Let's see. Do you want to have dessert and savory and sweet just mixed in between? Let's see what that's going to look like. So we can go dark. I want to make some tomato bisque soup. It's not really very hard. Open a can of whole tomatoes and puree them and add some cream to it. Maybe saute some onions. I've never made it. I'm just talking out loud how I would just make it because a lot of times it just make, whoops, you can't see. I'm sorry. It's too bad you couldn't buzz me. Say, you can't see what you're doing. let's get some savory here. Let's put some savory over here. I wish you could see what I'm doing. How's that? That's a little bit better. I'm a little crooked. How about some chocolate cake between a lobster and a mashed potatoes? How's that? And let's do some shrimps and a crab cake and a fillet and a 5-layer cake. And some salmon. Oh, I started to tell you, I've subscribed to the New York Times cookbook. And they have a recipe every day. And I think whatever I did, it was free. But they've got beautiful recipes. And they'll generate your shopping list. Let's throw in a waffle. And some, I think these are macaroons. And how about salmon Wellington? So I've got a row left. So I have plenty if I want. Yeah, there's a seafood. That's basically what it is. It's a seafood catalog called the Chesapeake Bay, and they're out of Maryland. And then, of course, they have fancy desserts. And they also have like beef Wellington and other stuff, but mostly a lot of seafood stuff. See, here's like a fillet and a crab cake. But so what do you think? I think that looks pretty good. And I could do another. I could cut out another, how many I need of this to do another side, but I might do something different on this side. So let me just lay out this side for over here, and then I'll call it quits. So here's my stack, which you can't see, the stack that I already have. And again, I hope you can see what, no, you can't see what I'm doing, of course. So let's move down like so, kind of straighten myself out. I can't figure out which way this goes. I'll stick it this way. We got some pretty pink chairs. I'll stick that here, maybe. So I'll just lay these out and see what they look like. Don't like her. Don't like her. Don't like her. I don't know why I cut those out. Here's a nice piece of jewelry. Oh, here's, some noses, and well, here's a guy fishing in the water with an umbrella. Stick him over here. Let's do this here. I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's an eye. Huh. Gotta have a watch. Let's stick a watch here, maybe. And this guy, and a watchmaker, and another piece of watch. And this is an embellishment on a handbag, like that. This is out of a travel magazine. Oh, look, here's some oysters. And these are some yachts. What the heck is this? Ah, looks like a bridge. I'll stick that there. Maybe we'll stick this here. But you can see how this goes. And then I've got some close-ups of faces and stuff. Highly recommend. Hi, Malaya. I highly recommend it as a stress-free, make yourself a template, get a magazine, and then just go around cutting out squares. Now, I didn't give much thought to this layout, but I usually try to have contrasting colors and things like that. And So I will glue these down. And I will hopefully see you next week. I'm going to... Yes, a Twinchy page with space photos would be really cool. Yes, that would be very cool. Yeah. That's like that one that I had, that the that 2-page spread of all of those highlighted architectural features of all those homes in Charleston. And that was just, it was a 2-page spread in the ad. And I just got out my thingy and started cutting them out. So now, Devin, did you say yes to first of all, I don't know, did Aunt Beck say she's coming on at... Oh, isn't that concentration, and then you have to match them? Concentration? I think it's concentration. You pick up a pair and then you put them down and then you try to match where the other pairs are. I think it's concentration. I don't know whether Becky's coming on. Oh, you're coming on at 3 today and not 3:30. Okay, you're going, and you're going to be using Prism. Now, will there be a drop down, or how will we know as a viewer? Oh, she isn't. Thanks, Devin. I missed that. Thank you. Well, okay, then we'll see you all over at Devin's at 3 o'clock. Now, does it also stream on YouTube simultaneously, like StreamYard? I've got StreamYard on my computer and I've got YouTube on my iPad. It'll be interesting. I have a stream schedule. Okay, all righty. Well, I'm sure it'll work. It'll be good. So good to see you all. Thanks for stopping by for a hub day, and I hope the rest of your week goes smoothly. And I hope everyone that's not well gets better, or is healing, continues to heal. So take care. Be good. If you can't be good, be careful. And be fabulous too. Bye all.